Well, good. The sun setting here in Ki-West, slowly but surely. So while we are enjoying tomorrow, June 1st, I'm gonna take you guys for a little trike ride. Okay guys, here we go. Looks like the connection is better. Sorry, I just saw those absolutely breathtaking poinciana trees down here on Whitehead Street. So I thought I'd start the stream there. However, that is one of the areas that doesn't have much coverage. So apologies for the technical difficulties here. So I was just saying the Royal Poincianas are in full bloom. And it's so nice to have you guys back for our last locals only night. So the Keys and Ki-West are opening tomorrow, June 1st. Apparently the checkpoint is down up in Key Largo. So starting, there's a whole chicken family here. So starting tonight, the Keys are accessible again. No more roadblock up in Key Largo, mile marker 120.5, I think, 112.5. And so I wanted to take you guys over here to the southernmost buoy, one of the points that right now is nice and quiet, somewhat. It's one of the spots local come for the sunset right now. And of course, it is going to be one of the spots. We're starting tomorrow, we're gonna have more people, but right now I want you guys to enjoy this view one more time. So welcome everybody. Hey, Guess It Up and John and Jim. We have Big Bear and Shane and Richard, Susan, Sandy, Marie. Dolph is here too. Kelly Racer, hello. Hello, Joe. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Looks like I managed to get the correct time in today. So guys, enjoy this view. We're not going to be alone here for much longer. You know what? I can actually bike right up to the southernmost buoy right here. Currently high tide here, well, somewhat. It has been coming up here. We're actually moving towards low tide right now, but it's still pretty high. Hello, Larry just joined. Welcome to everybody else who just joined. Sorry if I missed you, if I missed out your name. So it is a beautiful night here in Ki-West. We have a light breeze. It's 85 degrees, felt like 94. And of course, we are at the southernmost point right here. It is the time of the day where the locals go out for bike rides and walks. It's actually still pretty warm right now. And again, probably one of the last nights we can come here to the southernmost point and almost be the only ones. So, since we had some problems with the network on Whitehead, I guess we are gonna go down Duval Street. I'm gonna take you guys to the pocket park real quick so you can see a little more of the ocean. So we are on the Atlantic side, of course. The beautiful southernmost house here. Lots of historic items inside. I was lucky to meet the owner the other day, and he kind of showed me around a little bit. And there were original ladders from Ernest Hemingway and pictures of all the presidents that stayed there. Thomas Edison installed electricity in this house and left what I guess isn't really a very old record player, because it wasn't a record, it was actually a cylinder that you could play the music back on. So here, the southernmost house. Over here, southernmost beach. It is a public beach, although it does have a bar here or cafe, pretty much similar to the Simonton Beach. Simonton Street Beach. So as you can see, it is still pretty quiet here. Looks like we're having a little seaweed problem. As I said, high tide just came in. Nobody on the pier except us and the little doggy over there. So tomorrow, the hotels are allowed to have tourists back in at a 50% capacity. I think they had to do some changes to certain things like breakfast buffets, etc. Restaurants are operating at 50%. They actually already are operating. I don't know of any restaurant that only opens tomorrow. They have been open pretty much to all the locals for the last 10 days, 2 weeks. And some places actually never closed. They were just doing like takeout and delivery. And the only thing that we don't know much about in terms of timelines are the bars. So they do not have an official green light to open. So the only places that you currently see open are the ones that are also restaurants, like schooners. Like bars like Captain Tony's. We do not have any news on them. We know that they are eager to open. Social distance. The Pier still with me. Welcome to everybody. Everything we do is here. And right now we do music sessions on our porch. And you want to do song requests, you can join us. I know some of you are with us regularly, so you know that normally we do stream on Mondays for the porch sessions. This week it's going to be Monday, and subscribe to our channel. Live. And you can also join us on our Facebook page, Right on the Rock. And I hear some chirping going on here. Hello. Lots of chirping going on here. All right. Okay, time for us to head down Duval Street, where we have a little bit more of a secure network. Fingers crossed I'm getting an additional modem delivered tomorrow, hopefully. And that should cover some of those empty spots here on the island. So we tried pretty much every network provider there is. And so I think with the additional modem, we should be having a correct connection pretty much everywhere here. We even checked which one is available out on the water, as long as you stay close to the coast. So here we go, guys. Duval Street. So I am not sure what info is missing. I know we had some bad connection over there. You basically missed some baby chicks and 2 mama hens. And just some of the information on what is going on. So hotels allowed to have people at 50% capacity, just like the restaurants. And no word on the bars. So even the places that qualify as bars only have no information about when they're going to open. Places like Captain Tony's Saloon. And the places that are restaurants, like Schooner Wharf, has been open for a while now. They serve food and they do have live music. Sunset Pier is open. They also serve food and drinks. But the places that are basically only serving drinks, they don't have any information about when they are going to reopen. And then for some of them, it doesn't make a lot of sense because they have a lot of bar space and reduced capacity, you know, in terms of flow, how people walk around in the place. They have bottlenecks, so it's kind of difficult to get people in and out of those places without crowding them in. So no news on the bars. A lot of places are, and this is Coconut Telegraph here. Of course, there is no official statement. Places like Sloppy Joe's and Hog's Breath are probably looking more at August. So is Blue Heaven, Saluto on the beach. So places that are actually also restaurants, you just decided it's not worth the risk right now. So here we are on that part of Duval Street that has not been repaved. This was the non-pothole part. And you'll see in a minute, anything after Truman is the area that is brand new, repaved, repainted, all shiny and new. And yes, another piece of information I gave earlier when it probably cut out is that we are doing our porch sessions. There was a slight change in our porch sessions this week. If you're one of our regulars, you know what we normally do Mondays and Wednesdays, and we're gonna go for Tuesday and Thursdays this week. So our porch sessions starting at 5 p.m. Ki-West time. If you want to kick back with a drink and make song requests, that would be Tuesday and Thursday, and of course Saturday this week. So we will continue the porch sessions. As I mentioned before, Captain Tony's is not opening again. So my musician husband is still not going back to the bars. So we will be around, and then even later we're pretty sure we're going to continue the porch session because they are so much fun with you guys. And hey, you cannot beat the commute. And now we have a fan because it is getting pretty hot on the island. So guys, here we go. This is the redone section of Duval Street, and I'm actually holding the gimbal, but it is so smooth that I could actually put you guys back in the cup holder. You probably wouldn't see a difference. Look at that, no more potholes here. This is a really smooth ride here. And here is the, this is where the rainbow crosswalk normally is, and they still have not painted it.
Hello, beautiful.
Hey, how are you? So guys, no rainbow crosswalks just yet. I bet they have a hard time sourcing the colors because, in case you weren't aware, that the repaving Duval Street project wasn't really supposed to be happening now, but much later this year. And well, with everything going on, they decided that they would start doing this actually right now, and they started the day after they decided on this. And maybe they don't have the paint yet. We'll see. Apparently they even finished ahead of time, which is something that if you've been to Ki-West or lived here, is something that is not happening a lot. Let me put it this way. So those chickens are still crossing the road. We'll see if we get a lot more traffic starting tomorrow. To be very honest, we don't really know what to expect about tomorrow. So I guess time will tell. We'll keep you updated. So if you the last 2 days, so soon. So and a tree, blah, 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 is in the sun. Here we go. It's that one corner. Coincidentally, I was trying to film another poinciana tree. So I think it's the chickens on the poinciana trees that are messing with our connection. Welcome back, everybody. So no news from the bull. No information on that one either. Again, that is a bar only, no restaurant. And of course, you know the story about Lucy's. So Lucy's is going to close. And then there is the loose cannon. So it's almost like this location is cursed. It has had a different name pretty much every couple of months ever since I moved here, which is over 2 years ago. Oh, sorry, Richard, you wanted me to stop in at Irish Cabins. Nope. Sorry, I thought I was gonna take you guys over to the Marina. We have a little bit of time before the official sunset time before we head over to Mallory Square. Because since we're on a bike, we're gonna cover more ground. So I briefly mentioned in our last sunset stream that Turtle Crawls is gonna close. So it's the Commodore and Boathouse that is going to move into that location. And we don't know what is going to move into the current boathouse location. So the whole marina area is owned by the historic Seaport is actually owned by the city of Ki-Uwest. So I think they can be, unlike like private owners, I think they would be able to, in these times, help out the local restaurants. So we'll see. That's pretty much all the news we have. We know that Turtle Crawls is going out of business and that the Commodore and Boathouse is moving into their location. And over here, Kermit's has reopened. I think mainly for breakfast and lunch. Their store is currently open though. I actually realized we have never been at the Seaport by bike, since right now we can do it and it is pretty quiet. It's a really nice one. Beautiful colors. Finally, I get to film a Poinciana tree without the connection bailing out on me. Hope you finally saw the beautiful colors of the Poinciana trees around sunset time.
That's all drink, everyone. Please drink as much water as you wish.
So Schooners has now been open for quite a while. We were actually here the day they opened. We walked through there a couple of hours before they let people in. And we had a lot of manatees around here because obviously less boat traffic. So guys, let's go and have a quick look at Turtle Crawls, see if they've already started moving things out, if the boathouse has started moving in. I haven't been in this area for a while. Again, being on a bike allows us to get there a little bit faster. little late for Cuban coffee today. But yeah, those guys have been open the whole time, of course. Can't leave Ki-West without coffee, especially not Cuban coffee. Okay, so turtle crawls is turtle crawls, still turtle crawls at this point. I know you guys, some of you love this place. I haven't actually really eaten here. I've been here once for the turtle races though. So it says closed until further notice. Really head over to Square, so that's one of the things that you can never do. Drag artists performing, but right now it is a pretty quiet place. People and we'll take and see how Poon Harry's has updated the decor. Bio's has been open pretty much the whole time too, for delivery and pickup. Pretty good fish sandwiches. So today's fish is yellowtail and mahi-mahi. So guys, it still looks like we are officially opening tomorrow. There has actually been quite a question mark here today because one of the premises for the Florida Keys to open was that the neighboring counties, which happen to be hotspots in terms of infections, so one of the premises was that these places do open up their beaches just to make sure that we just don't get day trippers coming to the beach here. And so it turns out that Miami has decided to not open their beaches tomorrow. So of course here a lot of people have been questioning if we still continue with opening up tomorrow, because it's basically inviting people from those hotspot areas to come down here. So far there has been no statement from the city of Key West, so I figure we go ahead with the opening. And just as a little piece of information, the neighboring counties right next to the Florida Keys, so right next to our county, Monroe County, have a combined number of cases which exceeds the total population of Ki-West. So you can understand, I hope, that we probably would have preferred not necessarily opening later, but just being a little bit more clear on, you know, making sure that we're not bringing in any more cases. We did pretty well here with the checkpoint and everything, and with our limited medical, I'm not saying limited medical supplies, but limited amount of hospital beds. The whole Florida Keys have 3 hospitals, and they're not exactly big ones. Yes, Richard, I absolutely need a drink, and it has to be at Irish Kevin's, right? But then we would miss sunset, and we would miss our last chance of biking on Mallory Square. But yes, I actually should absolutely consider installing another cup holder on my trike, so I have a control phone here so I can see what you guys are talking about. Well, somewhat. I kind of have to focus on the road a little bit. I have the cup holder where you guys go in when it's getting too busy, which right now isn't the case. But when the island is busy, I normally have to put you guys into the cup holder across some of the busier intersections. But now we're good. It is pretty quiet. So you have seen the ocean on the Atlantic side earlier, so I think it is time for you to have a little look at the Gulf of Mexico. So we are at the very end of Simonton Street right now, at Simonton Beach. So this little beach, similar to the Southernmost beach where we were earlier, is a public beach. And it just happens to have a bar on there. It is Ki-West after all. So Loggerhead here actually is a bar and serves food. Again, bars that only serve drinks are not open yet. So the water is pretty nice. I had my feet in the water yesterday during our beach session. Yeah, I think I need a coconut cup holder like that one. See how I can fit it on my trike. And now it definitely is time for us to head over to Mallory Square. And welcome to our new subscribers. And welcome to you if you just joined this stream. We are streaming live from the island of Ki-West, the night before the reopening. Ki-West and the Florida Keys are opening up again tomorrow. At least most of the things reopen. A lot of the smaller bed and breakfasts do not open at this point. So the sun is still pretty high, so we have 5 minutes to come over here and check on Sunset Pier. Beautiful location, open every night for sunset. Table service. And you'll see they put the tables quite far apart, which is nice because if you've been with us before all this happened, you know that this is actually really crowded normally.
I'm wrong, never mind. That's a wild camera setup. It's got special buttons and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, we're streaming live onto YouTube.
Yeah.
So it kind of stabilizes the camera when you walk around,
Okay,
so you know, otherwise it's all
something
jittery.
different about that one.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thanks.
Where are you streaming to?
YouTube. YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay. Is it it's live? YouTube?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Gotta go to Schooners too.
We've just been there.
Oh, hey, that's sunset though right now. This is the very end of the pier where we're going in a minute.
Yes.
Because you can see past the island.
You can see past it?
Yeah.
I see. I'll have to check that out. That's sweet. So we have some... Of course, we have live music here. Let me go to the very end of the pier. So he just said that if you go to the very end of the pier, you should be able to see the sun set behind Sunset Key. And actually now the sun has moved so far over that it's almost beyond Sunset Key, at least from this angle, which is good to know. And it looks like we have a lot of space here. So we could stay here, but of course tonight is our last night where we can go and bike around Mallory Square. Last night before it's no longer locals only. So we will come back here. We still have until June 21st for the sun to move from behind Sunset Key over the water. So indeed, in the next weeks we should be able to see the sunset with the sun actually touching the water. Well, technically, well, visually speaking. And Simonton Beach should be another point where you can actually see the sunset without an island in the way. That's pretty cute. They brought their boat here to listen to the music out on the water. So we are here at the very end of Sunset Pier. Only the tables waterside are taken. Yes, John, I'm pretty sure that that one over there is a Coast Guard ship. The two big ones here kind of look more like a private ones. There's another one over here. I'm not sure you can see it with the glare of the sun. Thank you so much, Joe, mi amigo. Thanks so much. Yes, we will be back on Tuesday and then on Thursday with the porch sessions. And yes, I mentally made a note of Harvest Moon. Guys, the ferry running over to Sunset Key right here.
Lo nuestro no depende de un pacto, disfruta y solo siente el impacto. El bombón que te quema ese cuerpo de sirena, tranquila que no creo contrario. Que siempre que se va regresa a mí. No importa que digan, nos gusta así. Y siempre que se va regresa a mí.
So for now, the bar as such is closed, so it's table service only. Official sunset time. While I get back on. Have that very good. Sometimes that doesn't mean that it breaks. So guys, welcome back on the trike. I think we had some connection issues here. Official sunset time, 8:11. So it is time for us to head over to Mallory Square. If you're just joining us, welcome to Ki-West. So we are here on our way over to Mallory Square. It's our last locals only stream. Well, locals. You and us have been together for the last weeks, months, and we've been broadcasting from Ki-West during the lockdown. Ooh, thank you, Angel. Thank you so much, guys, for the for your support for the channel. Thanks for the super chat. Thank you, Rock and Girl. You guys rock. Thank you. So over here still closed. We are at the main entrance. Like this chicken is just basically laying here. She's tired of watching her kids. Yes. And so, since this is our last night, of course we will continue broadcasting. I'm just saying this is the last official night where it is locals only. And it is one of those nights where, you know, the locals have been coming to Mallory Square ever since it reopened. We don't have the artists performing, but you can come and watch the sunset. And the locals come here on their bikes. We have people fishing. It's a very, very different vibe. Very peaceful, very laid back. So this is probably the last time we're going to be able to access here by bike. But you'll never know. As I mentioned, we're going to continue, of course, broadcasting. We have been around for a year and a half now with our live streams from Ki-West. So we'll keep you updated how the reopening goes. And so we'll have a Porch session on Tuesday and Thursday, 5 till 7 Ki-West time. And I will see if we can do another sunset walk either on Wednesday or Friday. So it is a little bit busier today than it was last time. But it's still obviously much quieter than it is when the sunset celebration is actually happening with all the artists drawing the crowds in. So lots of people said this is what Mallory Square used to be like in the 70s and the 80s. These guys brought their hammock. So this is what Ki-West looks like the day before the reopening, the night before. Never been through here. So here the connection over to the Margaritaville Resort is still closed. Some people do squeeze through there, but I mean at this point the whole resort is still closed. We have some really beautiful light here tonight. I see you guys are planning a sunset cruise here. That sounds like fun. I'm in. As I said, lots of locals coming here by bike. In case you were wondering, it is getting warmer on the island. So we'll keep you guys updated. I'm not sure, maybe tomorrow, maybe Wednesday. Keep you guys in the loop what is going on here. I don't see anybody fishing tonight. So we have a lot of locals also bringing their takeout food and of course their drinks, and sit here and enjoy the sunset in a very different setting than usual.
Seaplane land like that, and saw a boat run from Sunset to pick the people up off the seaplane.
Let's go and check out what is going on. Really nice Cuban life. Our Cuban musician is on a break right now. During our last sunset stream, we had some really nice Cuban background music for the sunset. Looks like we're gonna have some nice colors tonight.
We'll see. Oh my God, God bless you guys. See ya.
Lots of people bringing their kids. So guys, who's gonna drive the boat here? I see you trying to figure out who's gonna drive the boat for our sunset cruise that we are planning here. Oh, those girls over there are taking pictures with their high school graduation gowns. So that's, I don't know if you guys have seen the video. I'll post it on our Right on the Rock Facebook page. So they did the graduation and handing out the diplomas on jet skis here. So one of the high schools was doing that because, you know, social distancing, trying to do something fun. So those guys were picking up their diplomas on a jet ski. There are a couple of videos out there. So I'll make sure I'll post that on the Facebook page so you guys can see that it looked like fun. So official sunset time is still over 5 minutes away, but the sun is disappearing behind Sunset Key here. So the water is definitely already getting busier. I see you guys even have already distributed certain roles on the boat. We have a bartender. Cali Racer is okay to steer the boat. Thank you so much, Richard, for the super chat. As the sun sets. So yeah, it's really cute. A lot of the families bring their kids here for this last night. So guys, one last look here. Mallory Square. Lots of kids and pets tonight here. It's really cool to be able to ride your bike right here. I will definitely remember this moment. Hey! reluctant to leave because I'm sure we're going to have some beautiful colors. Yes, I do agree with the Gav. It is a very different experience for the sunset here on Mallory Square. Looks like everybody's reluctant to leave. So the sun has set. People just sit here and soak it in. Well, I'm for sure gonna miss this, riding around with you guys and showing you the quieter side of Ki-West. But of course, we will be back. We will continue our live streams and we'll show you all the changes that we're gonna go through over the next week. So we'll see if we don't expect like a noticeable change right tomorrow, but we could be wrong. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that notification button in case we go live without really being able to give you a heads up before. Our next live stream, music porch session, is going to be on Tuesday, 5 till 7 Ki-West time. So you can check in with us, grab a drink, and make song requests. And the next one after that is going to be Thursday. So Tuesday and Thursday, porch sessions. And I'll definitely squeeze in another sunset walk, probably on Wednesday. But again, make sure you get the notifications. Of course, you want to keep you guys in the loop what's going on here on the island. Okay, one last look at Mallory Square. on our locals only night, last night after many weeks. And I'll take you guys over to our usual spot. For some reason I love to end the live streams at the corner of Greene Street and Duval Street. Hopefully we can catch some more of those colors. So we're headed over to Greene Street and Duval Street via the little roads here, the little brick roads. So Larry is asking what is for dinner. So we've decided that tonight is the night where we're probably gonna go out, because we're really lucky here. We have a lot of places that have outdoor space, doing an amazing job at keeping people the required 6 feet apart. And it is a beautiful night. Slight breeze, so not too hot. Or maybe we'll just grab something and eat on the porch. We'll see. But we might want to take advantage of this last night. Again, we don't think we're going to be overcrowded started tomorrow. But it just feels like, you know, going out, and wherever you go, you bump into other locals, and it's just nice. It's that little community feeling. So we think tonight a lot of people are going to do the same thing. And here we go. If you've been with us during our last stream, you remember that Greene Street here has been repaved, but did not have the markings just yet. So here we go. We actually have several crosswalks. Oh. Now the big question is, were there crosswalks before and you just couldn't see them? Or, I don't know, maybe they just got swallowed by the potholes. Who knows? So we do have a crosswalk here. All the crosswalks lead to Tony's. So we'll keep you guys updated when the bars open. As I mentioned earlier, there is no word on when the bars are going to reopen. At this point, what is opened are restaurants and bars. I mean, bars that are actually restaurants, so you have to have food in order to open. But here we go, all repainted. Looks like they used a paler shade of yellow. And word has it that Sloppy Joe's is not going to open before at least July, if not August, like a lot of other locations too. So again, we'll keep you updated. Hope you enjoyed a little walk, well, bike ride actually, around Ki-West. Pretty much covered quite a lot of the island tonight. So guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us. We are here on the corner of Greene Street and Duval Street. The last locals only night. Ki-West and the Florida Keys opening again tomorrow. So we'll keep you guys updated. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much for everybody who supported our channel. Have a great night, and I'll see you Tuesday at the Porch session. Take care, guys. Bye.